Hi guys, today we get a lot of questions about what is the difference between Fawn and Formentino. So today we are going to give you a visual on that because we can describe it, but it's a lot easier for us to show it to you. So this is Justice. She is our helper for today, and one of the helpers I should say. And Justice is Fawn. As you can see, she has a tan color base coat. She's a little bit red, and Fawn can come in different shades, and we'll get into that in a minute. So she has the fawn base coat with a black mask on her face. All right, so we have Justice stacked here from the side, and this is how we would present her if we were showing her. But you can see a lot better now how her mask comes to the eye line, stand, and she has tips on her ears. She wants to sit, so we're just gonna let her sit. She's trying to figure out how to navigate this chicken nugget here without taking all of it. Stand. Stand. There you go. Good girl. Oh, she got all of it. There. I guess she'll be chewing for a minute. All right, so what you can also get with the fawns, and I don't know if it's showing up real good in this camera, but they do sometimes get what we call carbonation. And if anyone tells you, I saw somebody do a video that says Corso shed twice a year. It's a terrible lie. They shed all year long. So you'll see this black, and I hope that you can see it in the camera. This is called carbonation, and this is okay to see on a fawn dog. What you want to look for is this eyeline mask. The tips of the ears can be black, but you'll see it's a nice dark pigmented mask on her face, and that's what we want to see in a fawn dog. So a tan or creamish color base coat all the way to, she's kind of a red. If you look right in this area, you can really see, even in between her head is probably the best example. This is kind of the darkest shade of fawn would be the red, and then up in here would be more of the lighter shade. And dogs will come, she happens to have all color examples in her, but the dogs will also come with, they'll have just solid fawn. So you'll have a very light fawn, and you can also have a very dark fawn. I may go grab Bugatti and bring him out. He's pretty old, but I know I love you too. He's pretty old, but you can see the difference in color. He's more of a red fawn like she is, and we don't have a real light fawn, but the dilute version of this is Formentino. So the Formentino, you can also have the different shades of the kind of reddish tone to the fawn, as well as a very light fawn color, very light tan color. And then what we're gonna see is this expression as blue or gray instead of black. So I'm gonna go get a Formentino and bring him out here, and you can take a look at that. And he's just a puppy.
I didn't hear you.
Justice is a puppy as well. So bear with us a little bit with the puppies, but we'll be right back with a Formentino. Okay, so this is Louie, and he is, I think, gosh, 8 months old? Maybe not quite. Time goes so fast. So he is a Formentino, and you'll notice right away you can tell the difference, and he has a gray or blue mask, and he also has a dark color nose. One thing you want to avoid in a Formentino is they should always have a pigmented nose. So you don't want this nose to have no pigment to it. Let me stand him up. Come here, buddy. Come here, Louie. Come here. We'll stand him up from the side so you can really see the color well. One of our promising show prospects. But you can see, again, this mask is coming to the eye line. Oh, you took the whole thing. Hang on. Take a bite. There you go. Good boy. We try to teach the show dogs to take pieces and to to bite a piece off, and he's still learning that. But you can still see, hopefully you can see it in the camera, the tips of the ears. The mask comes to the eye line, and he does have ever so slightly some carbonation in his body.
Here's
I don't know if you can see it real good in the camera or not, but it is there. Come here. Good boy, Louie. And we also have, here, have a seat. Good boy. We also have his sister, who is a different color Formentino. She is, so he has kind of a middle of the road shade to his fawn color. And we'll go grab his sister so that you can see she's considerably lighter and she has less mask. So his mask is going to be more correct than hers by breed standard. But there's really nothing wrong per se with, you know, having a little bit less coloring on the muzzle here. That's not a concern so much as would be them not having pigment on their nose. So let me go grab Katarina and we'll show you the difference in color between him and his sister. Okay, ready? Okay, so this is Kat, or Katarina, and she is a much lighter expression of the Formentino gene than Louie is. Yeah, let's take that over there, please. You can see that her mask doesn't come all the way to the eye line like Louie's does, but she does have the eye liner. So her mask ends right about here, whereas his comes right like this. And she has not really much, but ever so slightly, you probably can't see it in the video, the blue or gray tip on her ears. I'll see if I can get her to stand up sideways. And you can see how much lighter of a color she actually is versus him. So here is Kat, and you can see a nice side view of her color, again with the eyeliner, but her mask is a little bit shorter than his, but her nose still has full pigmentation. So again, we want to watch for that pigmentation in the nose, because a Corso should always have dark pigmented skin. There is no color variety in a Corso that allows for them to have no pigmentation. Again, that guy who said they only shed twice a year, furthest thing from the truth. I know that's what Google says. You can see how light colored she is. And this would be about the lightest color you would want to see this Formentino gene expressed as. Because if you lose any more of the color, you're going to lose all of this pigmentation, and that is what's called a Formentino, and it's not actually accepted within the breed. So this would be the lighter expression of the Formentino gene, and I'll try and set them side by side so that you can see Louie and her. And again, this is one litter that we got these differences in colors from. So give me 1 second and I'll get both of them here in the camera so you can take a look. Here are the two Formentinos side by side. All they want to do is look at me, so we're going to try and keep their interest over there, but it's not really working that great. And you can see, as I lose my leash for Kat, you can see the difference in the lighter shade and the darker shade. You can see how his mask comes all the way up kind of into the top of his forehead. He has some on his ears. She really does not. She has none on the top. There you go. Now maybe we can get a good view. But they both have good pigment to their noses. You can see the eyeliner around their eyes. His just comes in a little further to here, whereas hers ends right up around the middle of her muzzle. It comes up into her stop. This part where the forehead comes down and meets the nose, this is called a stop. And that is the difference between a little bit lighter shade. I'll step off to the side so he can get the back. And you can see that she's a little lighter than he is. And he also has ever so slightly blue hairs kind of running through, whereas she doesn't have very many at all. She has a couple, you can kind of see them in here. Okay, and I'm going to hold them from the front so you can get a good view of their eyes as well, because we should talk a little bit about their eyes. So a Corso's eyes can be matching the lightest color of their coat color, in which case they are allowed to have this yellowish amber colored eye because their coat color is light. But in a dark dog, that eye color is not acceptable. We get calls of people wanting black dogs with this color eye, and that is not acceptable within the breed. So we do not breed for that. But this color eye, if you want that color eye, you want one of this color dog. Again, the eyes can be matching the lightest color of their coat. So even if you have a brindle dog, it's okay to have a lighter eye because they have the lighter color within their brindle. But for the intents and purposes of this video, we are talking about Formentino, and these are the two expressions that we have of the Formentino gene. And I hope that it clarified a little bit for you. I can't hold 3 of them all together at once with them all being puppies right now. Okay, so here we have a fawn and a Formentino, and I'm hoping that you can tell the difference between both the shade of fawn that both of them are, because both shades of fawn are correct, and the difference in color in their mask. You can see it's a very similar mask. Comes right to the eye, corner of the eye here, like they have eyeliner, and it just ever so slightly comes up into the top of the head. Come here, Jess. And you got the tips of the ears also. So I know you guys just want to pay attention to me. Look at the camera. Smile pretty for the camera. All right, here we have fawn and Formentino side by side, so that you can get a good visual of the difference between these two colors. We got a little ahead of ourselves there. Wanted to show the two Formentinos. We hadn't really finished with the fawn. No, I know you want to go see Daddy. Sit. There you go. Get a really good idea of the difference in these two colors. So fawn is derived. You have, in a Corso, you have 2 base colors that everything is derived from, black and fawn. Formentino, I know, go ahead and get it, buddy. Formentino is the dilute of fawn, and blue or gray is the dilute of black. So this is one of the base colors of the Cane Corso. Go ahead. All right, we're gonna let them go. I'm gonna go get Louie's sister, and we'll show you the difference in the 2 different colors of Formentino, or 2 different varieties, I guess. Be right back. So if you have any questions about this gene or about our dogs, put the questions down in the comments below, and we'll get back to you just as quick as we can. And if there's something else you'd like to see, let us know that as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll come at you with another video in just a little bit. And thank you.